Welcome to DHS Informatics Python Programming Part 3. In this session, we are going to cover data types advanced concepts, list, tuple, dictionary, and user-defined functions. How to define a user functions and how to call it, how make use of that. And NumPy. NumPy is nothing but an arrays in Python. We are going to cover this concept in this session. If you are not subscribed our channel, please press the subscribe button below this video and press the bell icon. Then only you will get our updates. Thank you. You have to go to command prompt, Anaconda command prompt. From that Anaconda command prompt, you have to go to your particular directory. That is, I used to tell you D colon, you can go to D colon. From the D colon, go to your directory. From that Jupyter notebook, you will go. What are the exercise we did? It is be there. Okay. I am creating a new. Okay. Today's agenda. What is today agenda means? I am going to tell you the advanced concept in list, tuple and dictionary. Then we are going to user-defined function. Then we are going to use the user-defined function with the for loop. Then we are going with a NumPy. Okay, that things we are going to do. So that you want to add the extra thing means make it blue color and press the B button. Below we are adding a number of things. Okay. Now I am taking that this is a advanced concepts in data type. Okay, I'll make it blue and M I am pressing, so that M means it is like a header kind of thing, it will come. I am executing. Okay, now L is a list, you can consider. For list we have to use the square brackets. I am making 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. I am making a list L. Then T for tuple. Tuple means curve brackets. I am going with an 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then dictionary D. D is a curly brackets. Dictionary means key value pair. Key value pair in the sense we have to give one key and the value we can give. K1 is a one key and I am giving a value 10. K2 is a value and I am giving a value 23, like that. Still it is not executed. You see, no in number, it is the input is a I am not executed. Now control enter I am pressing, so that it is executed. Okay, it's L is for list, T for tuple, D for dictionary. You can use any variable, ABC also you can use. It is not a problem. You want to check the things, you can just type L and enter. You will get the list, the output. You T, you can able to type the things, T it will come. D you can able to do the things. Okay. Now these are available. Okay. Now what is the advanced concept means? L of square bracket, you want the 2, I want the index 2, it's a 0, it will start with the 0. L of 0 means 1, L of 1 means 2, L of 2 means it will get the 3, you will get, it will get the 3. Similarly for tuple also it will come, T square bracket only 1, I am taking the first value 7, it is that is 0, 7. Here the indexing, it is a square bracket only. Don't confuse with the thing. While you are using the tuple, you have to use the curve bracket for indexing. Indexing always this thing only. For example, T of curve bracket I am giving 2. It is giving error message because it is a indexing thing. It is a square bracket only. Okay. Here only in the list and tuple only the indexing is there. For dictionary there is no indexing. It is a key value pair only. You have to give D of K2. I want for the K2 I want to take. It is giving error. For here also it is giving a square bracket only. Okay, So that what you have to understand, for assignment only, for list we have to use the square bracket, tuple we have to use the curly bracket, dictionary we for curly bracket, dictionary we have to use the curly brackets. Okay, for indexing purpose we have to use the square bracket only, and the order is there for only for the list and tuple. For dictionary there is no order, we have to give the key only. What is the K1 means what, K2 means what, like that we can able to get the value. K2, it is a dictionary, we are getting the things. Okay. And what is the difference between list and tuple? I told you in list we can able to add an item, but or we can change the item. Whereas in the dictionary, in tuple we can't able to change any item. It is called immutable. Immutable means once you define the tuple, it is like a constant. We can't able to change anything. Okay. Now in the list there is a one command is there, append. I can append 6 with the dictionary. Okay, with list I am appending 6. Now L, I am printing L. You can see, no, 6 is coming. Now I can able to give, there is a, I want to remove one item, means it is a pop, last item, it is like a stack you can able to give. Usually in program you are using a pop command. Pop means what element I am added lastly, that item it will be come out. Pop means physically it will give damage. Okay, I executed pop 6. Now you are giving a L. It is a see, no, that the 6 is gone because I popped out. That 6 is gone. Here after adding a 6, it is coming the thing, and I am giving a pop command, it will automatically, that 6 will be removed. That element what I added is removed. Now I want to use in a for loop this list and other thing, means we can use for I in operator is important in L. I in L means what is this meaning, means in the list what is there, 1 2 3 4 5 is the no. First iteration it will take 1, second iteration it will take 2, third iteration it will take 3, like that it will be take. Now I am giving that here the space is important. Print I, it will be print. Okay, this is the advantages how to use the list in a for loop. Okay, now I told you the beauty of the list. Inside the list each element you can keep any element. Inside the list you can keep tuple also, you can keep a string also, you can keep numeric. It is the advantages in the Python I told you. Now I am going to keep a tuple inside the list. Okay, I am making L1 list 1. Okay, I am creating one list. Inside that 3 tuples I am going to store. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, what is this means? A list, I am creating L1. Inside 3 elements are there. All are pairs. That is a 1, 2, 3, 4. These are tuples. 3 tuples are there. Okay. Now you can give L1. It's a 3 tuples it will come. Now I am going to, I want to print this thing, means for I in L1. You can use the I or J, K, anything you can use. I in list 1. Print K. What I am using, that same thing we have to use. It is coming a tuple. Now here for A comma B in L1, like this also can use. You are giving K means it will take entire thing. A comma B I am using. I am print A. So that what it will do means it will take the in the first element 1, 2, it will assign 1 to A, 2 to B. Okay, and I am printing only A, means it will print 1 only. 2 it will not print. Similarly 3, 5, like that it will be print. Understand, no? Similarly you want to print A comma B, then you want B to print, you can give print B. it will print B only. You want A comma B, you can give A comma B. So that what I am trying to say, we can able to handle separately also, all together also we can able to separate, we can able to handle. And one more beauty here is no need of this parenthesis also. We can remove the parenthesis also, it will work. The curly brackets you will remove, it will work. A comma B. In means it will take the iteration, it will come like this. Okay. Now for example, I am creating a one dictionary. D equal to roll number, roll number 1 2 3 4 3 4, okay, 1 2 4, name, single quote, double quote, anything we can use, name colon Manju, degree, BCA, come on, percentage 87%. Okay, this is a one dictionary I am created. Now how to use this thing here in for loop for K in D, print K. It will print the only the keys only, the value will not come. Whether we can able to use K comma K1, K for a key and V for value, like that I can able to use, like that I can check that. It won't work here. Give the error message. Why the thing means, in dictionary you are having a key, we can able to extract the value, no? So that what you have to do means print for K, the key only we are giving, here the print D of K. D of K means we are in the dictionary, first it will give the roll number, no, D of roll number 1 2 3, it 1 2 4 it will come, like that will come. Okay sir, I want both the thing I want means what you have to do, K comma D of K, roll number, name, degree, percentage, everything we can able to say. So that what is the difference between when you are using in the list, how many elements are there, it will be allowed here. Okay, A comma B we are using here in the list, but in the dictionary it is not possible. You can able to get the key only, from the key only you have to extract that the values. Okay, that is the main difference I want to tell you. And one command I told you, pop to take out the value from the list, append is the one value you want to add, we can able to add the value in the list. This is the one thing. Okay, now I am going to define you one user defined function. Okay, how to define a user defined function? DEF. Whenever you are typing any keyword, it will turn into green color, bold green color, so that you can understand it is a keyword. Okay, now my function equal to name. Here semicolon you have to give. Okay, it is a syntax of Python. Now I can give print welcome plus name. I am giving the things. I am executing this function. Okay, now to call this function, my function Siva I am giving. You can see now, welcome Siva, it is coming. Very simple. So that I am defining a one function. Okay, and in that function very def, and the function name, what parameter you are giving. Okay, name is a parameter. Okay, and colon, and what it has to do, print welcome, and I am giving name. This function is not returning any value, so that there is no return statement. Hope you studied C programming, C++. There is, whenever you are calling the function, you have to give the void method or return method you have to use. You are not, it is not necessary here. You want to return, then it return will come. Otherwise it is not needed. Okay, now I am creating another function. What is the purpose of this thing? Means it will return the square of the number. Whatever the number you are sending, it will send the square. It's a return. I am not printing anything. It will going to return num to the power 2. It is a square. It will give. I am executing this thing. What is the 4 square? 16. You are getting the things. So that you can understand, we can able to write a function just calling, it will not return any value, means no need of return. It is going to return a value, means we can able to type the return function you have to return. Okay. Now I am going to tell you one more function, factorial. Factorial function, mostly in any programming language, factorial will not be there. You know what is factorial? I want 4 factorial, means what I have to do? 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, or reverse, 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, like that we have to do the things. Now how to define a factorial function? I am going to give def my fact num semicolon, so that f, I am keeping that f equal to 1. Because you know the thing, it has to start with the multiplication. For I in, I think you remember the range function 0 comma num. So that range of 0 comma 5 means what it will come? It will come 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 it will come. What will happen? We are going to multiply for, we have to use a semicolon, f into I. What will happen? No, this is wrong, because range it will come 0, f is 1, I am initialized, 1 into 0 it becomes 0, then everything it will give 0 only. So that I have to add here 1 comma num, it will give, you want 5, it will come 1, 2, 3, 4 only, 5 will not come. So that you have to give plus 1. Okay, it will be keep rotating the things. Then you can return f. You can return f. It is a, I declare a one function, my fact. You are giving, calling this function, you are giving any value. That value will be assigned to the num. We are initializing one some variable, that is a f equal to 1, and it is going to, I am giving 3, means 1 into 2 into 3, it will give the value 1 into 2 into 3, and it will return. Okay, now I am giving my fact (6). My fact 5 means 120. Suppose you are giving minus, you are removing this thing, means what will happen? I have to execute this thing, control enter, and I am giving, it will come 24. What is the problem? Because it will take 1, 2, 3, 4 only. That is one thing. You are giving the range 0, means what will happen? For anything you are calling, it will output is 0 only. Because we are initializing with the 0, we are starting with the 0, 1 into 0 becomes 0, then 0 into anything it becomes 0 only. So that you should be very clear what to do. We have to start from in factorial 1. Sum of the n numbers means you can do it. Okay. Here the plus 1. And one more thing here, initialization we have to give with 1 only. You want to add the 10 number, I give 1 number. We want to do it 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, like that you want to do, means what we have to do? That time it has to come 0 only, sum. How many numbers you are giving, that much you want to do. Okay, now I can define one more function. def my sum. Num. Here the semicolon is important. Okay. Now here I have to give sum equal to 0. so that you are giving 5 means it is a 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 I have to do. It is a 0 for I in range 1 comma, you can give 0 also, no, nothing wrong, but 1 comma num plus 1. Here what you have to give, sum s equal to s plus I, then return yes. Got it? No. Now I'm adding the thing. Now my sum. Okay, 5. What it will come? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. What it will come? 15. You got it? No. You want 1 plus 10. 10 means 55 it will come. You are saying no. What is how to define a function? How to call a function? Hope you understand defining a function, how to call it. Is small function. When you are doing a next level, you are getting a bigger functions, you can able to do that. Okay, so that I'll recap the things. I declare the list, tuple and dictionary. For the list, tuple and dictionary, the brackets are differ. Square bracket for list, curve bracket for the tuple, and curve bracket for a tuple, and curly bracket for the dictionary. Okay, for indexing all the things are same only, square bracket only it will come. Indexing all the things will be square bracket only come, and in the indexing thing there is a no order for the dictionary. For other things you have the order. For dictionary it is a key value only. Sometimes it will come differently also, but you have to extract the thing with the key value. It is also square only. And for the list we are having one function append to add, pop to remove. Remove means extract the things. We can use the list, dictionary, tuple in the for loop. How to use the in the for loop I told you. Then I am telling about you how to define a function, and how to a function will be two type. One will return a value, another thing which will not return value, it will print and do some task for us like that. I show you the DEF is how to define a function. I define one simple function, my square function, factorial function, sum of n numbers functions. I given the things. All these things we did. Okay, now we are going to entering into the little bit advanced concept, how to merge the our list and the function together. Okay, now we have one function my square. What it will do, I am giving a number, it will give the square of the number. Okay, now I am having a one list L. We are having the thing, I want to find the square root of all these numbers in the list. How to do? You have to call it one by one. No, one we have to give like that. We can able to call like this also. My square L of 0 1 it will come. So that 1 into 1 you can give here. You can give 1 4. 2 square is 4. 3 square is, that is I am telling third element. Second element is 9. Like that you do. But instead of doing this, you can use it in a for loop. For I in L. L is my list. Okay, I am calling that print my square. Print my square of I. When you are calling the function, it's a curve brackets only, not square brackets. Okay, so that what it will happen for I in L means what it will happen, it will take first time 1, second time 2, 3, 4 like that. It will send it to my square function. The my square will be, you know the thing, my square we already declared here. It will return the square root of the number. Okay, square of the number. So that it will print all the things. Got it? Okay. This is how we can able to merge the list with the function using a for loop. So that three things are added. I created the one list, I am using the list in for loop, I am calling a one function, so that each element will be sent to that function, it will get the result back. Like that we can able to do. Okay, now I can able to show you one more new things to you. Okay, I am creating a one function cube, my cube. Square also can keep, not a problem. We no need to write it in a next line. In single line only we can able to do the things. Cube means what you have to do? 3. Okay. It's executed. Now my cube. 3 cube what? 27. You will get the 27. So that instead of writing a function in a single double line, you can able to write it in a single line also. In Python, there is one new thing is called, it is called lambda. Lambda is a one special function in Python to make the code very shortened and simple. Here, these things are unnecessary. No, def, return, my cube are coming a different thing. No, so that what we can able to do means we can able to do the lambda operator. Lambda. One variable colon var star 3. Lambda, LAMBDA, lambda. So that we can able to declare a function like this lambda. Like that we can able to do, it is a simple function. Okay, instead of declaring a function like this, we can able to do the lambda thing here, that what variable num we are getting under num star 3. So that lambda you are using, what is the input, what is the output you want. Like that we can able to use the thing. Lambda filling, you can remember LAMBDA, lambda. We are going to use this lambda in a multiple places we are going to use. How to use this function, we can able to check the things. Okay. Now for I in list, I hope you know the list. Print lambda I like that we can able to use it. We have to use the it is functions are declared, we can able to list. Lambda here, once again I'll check it once again. Lambda lambda we are declaring, then we can able to use the lambda with the map function we have to use. A list and a map function we have to use the thing. One more function called map. Here we can able to use our list. You can use anything also. Map one function will be there. Okay, so that lambda I told you this we are going to shorten this thing. L what we are having the thing, L we are having 1 2 3 4 5 we are having the things. So that with the map function what we are going to do, instead of using this for loop like this for I in L print my square I, we have to use each time we are sending. This 2 line also we can able to reduce it with the map function. Map, what it will do, L, in the list how many elements are there? 1 2 3 4 5. First time this element will be take, 1 will be take, it assigned to the var, and it will give the result, and like that it will go, and it will come as an output as a list. So that the 1 cube. 1 cube is what is the thing we are having thing? Yeah, 1 cube. 1 to the power 1 3 1. 2 to the power 3 8. 3 to the power 3 27. Like that we are getting the things. So that how simple. No need to declare a function also not needed here. Defining a function also not needed here. So that we can able to defining a function also not needed. We can able to use and for loop also not needed. We are using a map function. We are using the lambda operator. We are achieving the big thing. That is the best thing in this Python. So that lambda, you can remember the lambda. You have to directly remembering it a little bit tough for you, so that you have to remember that the defining on function. A function we can able to write in a 2 line, but we can convert into the 1 line also. In that 1 line function, what are the unnecessary things? These all are things, def, mycube, the name for the function, return, these are unnecessary. So that this will be reduced by lambda. In that lambda, this is a input and this is a output. It is for simple thing only. Big source code we can't able to write. One small function here and there we can able to write the lambda and simplify the code. And we want to apply all the element in the list, means we have to use the map. So that we are using the map function, automatically all the element in the list will be one by one, it will be mapped with this function, and it will give the output to you. This is a lambda. Lambda is a very interesting function in Python. Okay. Okay. Now we are going with an next thing is a string. I am trying to go with a string. String, I am going to declare one thing. String. Welcome to Python. Okay. Welcome to Python, I am declaring. Okay. Now yes dot, you can press the tab button only. You will get a lot of functions. What are the functions are available in the string? It will come. Don't try to understand all the functions in a program. You become mad only. What are the functions are available? What you needed? You are going towards the machine learning, so that you should learn all the functions related with the machine learning. Okay. You are going for embedded programming. You have to learn the embedded thing. Don't confuse with you want to learn all the things, means it is not possible. Okay. I am telling it is challenging. You have to spend more time, more years for that. Okay. Now I am telling that there is one function called upper. What it will do? You know the things. Upper function. Upper you are calling. It will convert this all the elements. It will convert all the elements into all the character into uppercase. Then s dot lower. It will convert everything into lower. Hello. It's audible, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Some noise coming, so that only I'm talking. Okay. Welcome to Python. There is one beautiful function is called s.split. You are giving that split function. It will convert that into the list based on the space. You are not giving any parameter. It will be split based on the space. It will be splitted like that. Now you are having a tweets are there, no? Okay, t equal to I love cricket. I give one thing, sports. Okay. Now I want to make t dot split. You can give like this. What it will happen? Up to this hash, it will be split. Before that, it will split one thing, and after that, it will split another things within bracket, within quote we have to give. It is a string, no? You see that, no? So that I love cricket will be separate and sports will be there separate. Sometime we will get some data set. It will come like this. Some hyphen will be there. For example, names equal to, we'll get Ram, Siva, Guru, Manju, like that. It will be name will be there. Now I want to split each name separately. I want to split, means what I have to give? Names dot split within the quote hyphen. We'll get separately. You got it, no? That is the concept of the this string function. Okay, so that these are the advanced concept. In the advanced concept, I covered you how to use the for loop, how to use the user defined function. There is a predefined functions are many are there. Upper and split, these are predefined function. How we can able to use the user defined function, so that my factorial, my sum, I declared the things, and how to I'm using one more new thing called lambda. Lambda is nothing but a lambda, your input variable, and what is you want to return. You want to use the lambda means we have to use with the map function for the list. We have to map with the list, means all the element in the list, it will be mapped and you will get the output. And the string function we created like this. Okay. Next thing we are going to cover you about the NumPy. NumPy we are going to cover, and today's session I will little bit close it early because I got some work. Tomorrow we will cover more. Okay, maybe another 20-30 minutes I will take this session, and I will go with an break. Okay, now I can save this thing as a workbook as a advanced concept. Advanced data types. Okay, now I am creating a new thing, new Python. Okay, now this is for NumPy. NumPy it is not built in with Python. It is a third-party library. Third-party library means the Python developer developed the Python. Then it is open source. No, many are developed their own library they are giving. In Python there is no arrays. List you know, tuple you know, dictionary you know. There is no arrays concept. Then array is very important. No, we can able to using NumPy we can able to get the arrays in Python. So that since it is a third-party library, we have to install NumPy library in our environment. How to install the NumPy? I make this thing is a title, Control M, select it M and enter, and B. Now to install the additional thing you have to use in Python pip install NumPy. I already installed NumPy in my environment, so that I'm doing the thing. It will show some alert symbol message will come. For your thing it will come automatically. You can give Control Enter. It will take some time. Asterisk is coming. It will take some time. For example, in your Jupyter notebook you are using NumPy, means you have to use this thing pip install NumPy, then it will give installed successfully like that come, then only you have to go and work it on that. Now I am creating a one list, L equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am creating one list. Okay, now type of L, it is a list. I want to convert this list into array. How to do means instead of using numpy, it is a lengthy thing, no? So that what we can able to use, we can able to give the shortcut. We have to use the array in our thing. You are using in C programming, I think import statement is the no. Similarly, here we have to import here, import, I installed numpy, I have to import numpy. We can give like this only, then we can use numpy, but I want the alias name as np. I'm giving the thing means hereafter I'm using np means it is nothing but a numpy. Okay. Now I am having a list. I am creating one array A equal to np means numpy. I am using numpy dot array of L. Array of L means I am converting the array a list into array. Now you can give A. It is array. You can see now. Here it is coming list. Here it is coming array. The square bracket will come. It is a single dimensional array. Single dimensional array we call it as a vector. Two dimensional array we call it as a matrix. Okay, that is the advantage of the advantage in Python. You want to use the arrays, you have to use the numpy. There is I can create my own array also. For example, b equal to np dot a range. You know range in numpy there is one thing called a range 0, 10. I am giving 0, 10 means it will create from 0 to 9 one array it will create. You can print b. You want up to 10 means you have to give 11. You want 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 means what you have to do? You have to give 1 to 11 and you can create like this. So that you can able to create an array with an 1, 2, 3 also. We can able to create like this also. Okay. Now one more thing. We want to create an array with the some random number. We want to create with an array with a random number. C equal to np dot random dot randint, random integer I am going to create. I want the integer range, it will be from 1 to 100. But how many element I want? I want 7 element I want. So that np is a package, random is a one function. In that function subdivision is a randint. That is a random integer I am going to create. How many integer? The third parameter, 7 integers. Between the range 1 to 100. Now see. There is no ascending order and descending order. It will come 16, 84, any order it will come between 1 to 100. Sometimes for scientific calculations and other thing, we will not use the rand function. There is no randint. Some dots we want. I am creating on array D np dot random dot rand. How many elements you want? I want 5 elements. You can give. So that 5 elements it will come. It is a random integer. It is for a mathematical calculation. You are using machine learning. No, sometimes we need this function also. We have to use the thing. Okay. Now how to create a 2-dimensional array, 3-dimensional array. N number of things are possible. We will cover you vector and matrix. Okay. Now I am having this B array. I want to convert this B array into 2-dimensional array. Means there is one option is called a reshape. B dot reshape. Okay. How many elements are there? 10 elements. What we can do? 5 into 2 or 2 into 5 it is possible. Other numbers you are giving, it will give error. Okay. I am giving 5, 2. It will come as a 2-dimensional array. In arrays you have to identify how many square brackets are there, that much dimension. You can see now in the beginning and end we are having a 2 square bracket, so that it is called 2-dimensional array. Suppose you want B dot reshape 2, 5, it will come 2, 5, 2 rows and 5 columns. Previous one is a 5 rows and 2 columns. That is possible. Okay. Now we are having a array. In this A array, I want to find our random number we created now, C array. I am taking a C array. I want to find the maximum number in this C array. C dot max. Maximum number is 84. Then C dot min. We are getting 14. Now I want the max. What is the position of the max? 84 is a 0, 1. What is the position of the minimum? It's a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth place, fourth index. How we have to do means C dot arg argument max. It is coming 1, 0, 1. Similarly, C dot arg min. We can get the fourth element. So that to install the NumPy, you have first time you have to use the pip install NumPy. In a command prompt only, Anaconda prompt only, we can able to install. One time you install there, it's enough. Or you can install in Jupyter Notebook also. Both the options are available. Then we can able to convert the list into array. For that, what we have to use, we installed NumPy. To use the NumPy, what we have to use, we have to import the NumPy. It has to come to our environment, no, this notebook, no, so that import. It is alias name, it is optional only. You can use or else all the place you have to give NumPy only. Now, you want to convert this list into array, we have to use this NP, that alias name, dot array is a function. We are passing a one list automatically. This list will be converted into array and it will be stored in any variable. You can give the variable name, so that it will become an array. In array, we are having a 1 square bracket, it is a single dimensional array. You are having a 2 square bracket, it is called the 2-dimensional array. Okay. NP a range, so that we want to create a sequence number with an array, means we can use one thing called range function. You know already, aware of the thing. It is called a range here, so that you can give, you can start with the 0, you can start with the middle. It is a small number, it is a big number. This is more greater than this first index, we have to give the second index. Then we are getting the numbers. Then one more thing, we will keep on using a random number in our programming, so that only I am talking about the rand int. It is a random integer it will give, whereas you want the floating point number, means you have to use rand. You want random integer, we have to give the what is the lower range, what is the higher range, and the how many numbers we want, we have to give. Whereas rand5 means it will give random decimal point numbers, it will create. That this are random numbers, means 0 to 1. The value between 0 to 1 is called the random numbers. That we are getting, that these values we are getting here. Then we can able to convert the any single dimensional array into 2-dimensional array using the command called reshape. We already have the one array with 10 elements, B array with the 10 elements. We want to convert into either 10 elements, means we can do 5, 2 or 2, 5. Other elements you are giving, it will give error only. 3, 2 I want to convert, means what it will give? It will give error only. So that it will give the thing cannot reshape array of the size 10 into shape 3, 2, because what it don't know what to handle the remaining 4 numbers. So that we have to give exact thing only, 5, 2 only we have to give. And we can able to reshape, and I am telling you with the array we can able to create the max and min, argument max and argument min we can able to get. Okay, these are the things I want to cover you today. I got some work, so that only I am ending up this session now. This up to this only. Maybe tomorrow I will take a little bit more elaborate also. I can able to do it. So that again on recaption, I can able to tell you. So that you should know list, tuple and a dictionary, and to add one number into the list it is append. To remove the number last element from the list pop, and we have to use that list and a tuple and dictionary with the for loop, and we are able to in a dictionary we can't able to use the a comma b example I given for the list. Tuple also you can use, it will work. For dictionary it will not work. Dictionary you can able to get the key only. With the help of the key you have to print the value. And user defined function, I told you my function, and functions will be return a value. It will not return a value. Both options are available here. And to simplify the simple function, we are having one thing called the lambda operators is there. How to use the lambda operator means very simple. What is the input, what is the output only. But to use the lambda operator, we have to merge with the map function. With the map function, we are giving this as a first parameter and second passing value. You can give 3 also here. It will do the only one value it will give, or sequence you are giving it will come sequence it will come. Then the string function I used upper, lower and split. Usually in the split will be used for the splitting with the twits and with hyphen names. I told you know names hyphen like that also we can able to do it. These are the things I want to cover you. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, press the like button and share the video to your friends. If you have any queries or anything, just mention in the comment, and handle your project easily. Visit our website www.dhsinformatics.com. For more information, you can send a mail to info@dhsinformatics.com, or you feel free to call us on 9886692401 or 98451667223. You can WhatsApp us also. Thank you. Have a good day. Today's session up to